Today we will study about the core components and related educational objectives. We have studied that what are the main features of curriculum, core curriculum specifically core curriculum. Now we will study that what are the related educational objectives of the core curriculum. Let us start the learning. Core components and related educational objectives. Gender is a social construct. It defines and differentiates the roles, rights, responsibilities, and what is appropriate behavior and obligations to be followed by a man and woman. So, we decide our rights and responsibilities as per our gender, and we make a difference that what are the roles and what are the responsibilities of male and females. So, what is appropriate behavior for both male and female to know or to identify, this is very essential. The innate biological differences between females and males are interpreted by society and shape a set of social expectations that define the behavior appropriate for women and men and determine the differential access women and men have to rights, resources and power in society. So, the innate biological differences between male and female are interpreted by the society by the shape of a set of social expectations that define the behavior appropriate for women and men and determine the differential access women and men have to rights, resources and power in society. So, what are the expectation of a society? We perform our behavior as per the norms of the society, and we when we say about the men and women, so the expectation of the society are quite different from both, and men and women both have to perform their behavior as per the norms of the society, and as per the expectation the educational institutions try to flourish the talent of both men and women. Although the nature and degree of these differences vary from one society to another, they are constantly biased towards men, thereby creating an imbalance in power and gender inequality that exist in most society around the world. In previous lecture, I have also told you that we give preferences to the male child and we give the society and sometimes the traditions and the taboos that say that the females are not allowed to go outside the home, and because the male child or the man has the responsibility to earn for the family and female has the responsibility to run the home and to work as a homemaker. So, this kind of taboos, this kind of traditions that we are following, that should be modified as per the need of the nation and as per the demand of the society also. So, what is needed here to add in the core components, and as per their need we frame or we formulate objectives. Let us see communication. First, that is needed for the core curriculum as a objective, that is essential objective for the core curriculum is communication, composition, speech and modern language. That is communication, flow of ideas from one source to another. A core curriculum component of communication should aim towards empowering the students with the skills to communicate clearly and correctly in a prose style appropriate to the subject occasion and audience. Say for example, a core curriculum, the main objective is communication. That is, there should be a kind of skills among the learners that he can express himself or herself in a better way, and clearly and correctly he can express that what he wants to do and what is the reason of that particular phenomena, what is the justification behind this kind of problem. So, these all should possible only when the learner has good communication skills. So, the first objective that is related to core curriculum is that this curriculum provides a kind of opportunity to learners to express the views, and in that way the communication skills can be improved. So, a core curriculum component of communication should aim towards empowering the students with the skills of communication, so that they can express clearly and correctly in a prose style appropriate to the subject, occasion and audience. So, this is the first objective, exemplary educational outcomes. In order to understand and apply writing and speaking processes containing invention, organization, drafting, revision, editing and presentation, that skills should also be developed among the students, that they can speak, they can write, they can organize the programs, they can draft the report, they can revise, edit and present. So, our educational outcomes are that such kind of skills the core curriculum should develop among the learners, that instead of only rote learning, this is also very essential that the learning should be in that way that the learner can draft, the learner can edit, the learner can invent the new ideas, can organize these ideas and can draft a report also. So, a kind of outcome is that say that the learner be a dynamic person of the society. So, to realize the importance of audience and purpose specification along with choosing the correct options of communication. So, what is the correct way to communicate? What is the correct way for the specification, that is the expertise? These all should be important to understand by the learners, and as per the realization, the importance of audience and purpose specification along with choosing the correct options of communication is very essential, and that comes under the head of educational outcome that we expect from core curriculum. To comprehend and effectively use modes of expression, which include descriptive, expositive, narrative, scientific and self-expressive in written, visual and oral communication. So, with the help of the core curriculum, we want to develop various modes of expressions among the learners, that include description of any content, expositive, narrative, scientific, that is in a systematic way, self-expressive in writing, visual and oral communication. So, the communication skills should be in such a way students can do the work independently. Act participatively with groups, focusing on listening, critical and reflective thinking and response. That how to work in a group, what is cooperative learning and how can we collaborate with other groups, focusing on listening, that is can hear, can pay respect to others' views, critical, appreciating but having certain suggestions to modify, and reflective thinking and response, that he is able to produce or to say something new ideas after receiving the knowledge, and will reply in such a way that it is a participatory kind of learning. Understand and be able to apply basic principles of critical thinking, problem solving and technical proficiency in the development of exposition and argument. So, what other skills needed that we try to develop with the help of core curriculum is understand and be able to apply basic principles of critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is thinking on the positive side, thinking on the negative side, but in such a way that there will be a balance. So, for example, too much negativity always lead the students towards destruction, and no output of this negativity, but be positive and try to understand and to try to identify what is wrong and what is right. So, critical thinking means that a kind of thinking that gives a balanced kind of views and gives a such kind of expression where the students can present their own views with the modification of certain kind of given rules or given presentation. Problem solving, what is the problem, how I can solve it independently, instead of going through here and there, or instead of taking too much help from others. This is not the good way of solving the problem, but try to solve your problem. How can I do this work? How, which book is suitable for me to consult and to know that what is the concept of it. So, this problem solving skills is also a kind of higher order skill, and it is possible when the students are working in such a way that they think in a positive way and they try to do something with own hand skills. So, problem solving skills can be developed with the help of core curriculum when a teacher provides a lot of opportunities to the students to go to the field or to collect the data, and sometime to express yourself, what do you want to say. So, these communication skills, by consulting with others, these also helpful to solve the problem, because others always try to give the good suggestions. So, in that way the cooperation is there in the group. One is respecting to the other's views and another is trying to modify it, or sometime adding, sometime getting suggestions, and so in that way the student is able to solve the problem. Technical proficiency means that this is the age of computer, and if a student is having the computer skills, at least can set the computer set, can understand and can identify what is problem in my set, and technical skills that is required for the electricity, the technical skills that is required for making any experiment, for any kind of demonstration, or for any kind of mm, performance or a kind of show, that where we are using the technological devices. So, how can we make it possible to uh, efficiently or effectively working with other kind of demonstration. So, these technical skills should also be developed among our learners, because the core curriculum gives a kind of learning to the students that they all become a perfect learner or the master learner. So, the basic skills related to technology, the basic skills related to problem solving, and that is very essential in the development of exposition and argument. So, for holistic development of the personality, such kind of skills be developed through core curriculum. This is also one of the objective of core curriculum. To be able to research and write a documented paper and to give an oral presentation. It means that the work done by the student, it is systematic, having scientific approach. So, it is a kind of to search new knowledge and write in a documented form, that is draft, making a draft that comes from the writing skills, and to give an oral presentation when it is needed in the classroom to present the any report, the student is able to give the presentation also in a effective oral manner. It may be by oral, but it should be in effective manner. So, core curriculum, passing through core learnings, the students can be able to search something new or something innovative, and can be able to present it in a form of a report, and can be able to present it with suitable justification, reasoning, and a kind of creative expression, etc. So, the objectives of curriculum, specifically this core curriculum, are that they want to see a learner as a good orator and having good communication skills to express himself or herself, as well as he is able to solve the problems with own skills, with own thinking, and be able to give a kind of solution to the difficult situation, as well as the learner is able or proficient, having proficiency and efficient in solving the technical problems, and also able to do the work in scientific manner, and also to search or to innovate new knowledge, and drafting these all processes that have been done to do the same, and presenting this draft to all in the classroom in such a way that the others can also understand that what is the new one in that particular knowledge. So, core curriculum provides a kind of opportunity to the students to be a dynamic learner and to be a scientific kind of person who is doing all the work in a systematic and organized manner, and a kind of critical thinker that gives own thinking along with the modification of others' thinking, and collaborating this knowledge and presenting in a form of oral presentation. Mathematics. The mathematics component of the core curriculum aims to produce a quantitatively literate college graduates. Every college graduate must be able to apply basic mathematical tools in solving real world problems. So, mathematics is a subject where the students are having a kind of mathematical skills, and they are able to solve the equations and a kind of relationship, that is the analytical processes as well as the synthesis also. So, how to make the graduate literate, that should having the quality education in mathematics, that also provided by the core curriculum by adding mathematical skills in the curriculum, and every college graduate must be able to apply basic mathematical tools in solving real world problems. How they become perfect or the master of the learner and can be apply the acquired knowledge to the outer world in order to solve the problems. So, these core curriculum is also having this specific feature, and also having a space that it provides a kind of skills to our graduates, that with the help of analysis, with the help of synthesis, joining two variables, and by analysis means that by dividing the variables or breaking the knowledge into segments or joining the segments of knowledge and framing one, formulating one principles or one theory, these all kind of skills is also be developed with the help of core curriculum. So, this is also a objective of core curriculum, that students should have analytical power, students should have synthesizing power. Analytical power means they can break the knowledge into knowledge segments and they can explain it, they can justify it, and they can provide a kind of reasoning that what is needed for the for explaining that how far it is true knowledge. And synthesis means that joining the segments of knowledge, they formulate one principle or one theory. So, this kind of mathematical skills be developed through core curriculum. This is also the basic objective of core curriculum. So, the next one is exceptional educational objectives. These shall include arithmetic, algebraic, geometric, high order thinking and statistical methods for modeling and solving real world situation. So, when the student is able to solve the mathematical problems, able to apply high order thinking and statistical methods for modeling and solving real world situation. So, what do we call it? We can call it as a master learner, and this is the expectations of core curriculum, that becomes the objectives finally, that we want to see in the behavior of the students, that kind of change, that he is able to solve the word level problems or the problems that exist in the life, to know more about the world. To represent and interpret basic information mathematically using words, numbers, graphs and symbols. So, this kind of representation, that making through words, numbers, graphs, symbols, these all information are being collected, presented and communicated and utilized to solve the word problems or the problems that exist or that the learner find in outer world. Extend mathematical reasoning and formal logic in the creation of plausible mathematical arguments. So, through mathematics, the reasoning, formal logic, these all can be applied in the creation of plausible mathematical arguments. To apply appropriate technology to enhance mathematical thinking and understanding and solve mathematical problems and judge the reasonableness of the results. So, being a student of mathematics, the learner is trained in such a way that at least he can integrate the technology in studying of mathematics. So, in that way mathematical thinking, understanding, these all can be developed, that is helpful to solve the mathematical problems and judge the reasonableness of the particular findings or the results that the student find. Interpret mathematical models of formulas, graphs, tables, schematics to infer from them. So, this is a kind of objective of mathematics, that a student can interpret that particular formula that I told you by using analytical power and by sketching or by drawing the graph, that is synthesizing all the data and it present on a paper, So, this kind of tables, graphs, schematics to infer from them what has been concluded from these all. So, this is only possible when the learner is provided such kind of opportunity or teaching the subject in such a way in the classroom that he is able to solve all kind of problems by collecting the data, by representing it on table in tabular form, or by representing by drawing the graphs. Say for example, there is statistics related to academic achievement of a particular class. So, how many are slow learners, how many are fast learners, how many lie in the mid average learners. So, when it is possible? It is possible only when the students know the nature of data, by drawing the graph, by making its comparison of the groups of the data, or by joining the particular kind of blocks, that what kind of progress of the slow learners, what kind of progress of average learners, and what kind of progress of the fast learners. So, these only possible when the learner is expert of the knowledge received, can understand it deeply, can apply it to the outer situation, and able to analyze the segments of knowledge and able to synthesize the segment of knowledge, joining all together and formulating a kind of principle, a kind of theory, etc. So, to understand the limitations of mathematical and statistical models, what is not here, what should I add, these all from this kind of learning. Evolve the view of mathematics as a historical science that evolves with human culture, the relationship it has with other disciplines. So, this is also the specific feature of core curriculum that I told you, that the core curriculum having this specific feature, that joining the more than one discipline and knowing how this is connected with this discipline, this is also a way where we follow the interdisciplinary approach. So, the core curriculum also provide such kind of opportunities to the learner that the learner can learn by passing through one subject, mathematics as a subject, and joining this subject with the others like the environmental sciences, like the Hindi, English and other subjects also. So, this interdisciplinary approach is possible in core curriculum, where a learner can study joining one subject with the another. So, as per the specific feature, we are able to know that core curriculum provides a kind of opportunity to develop many faculties in the brain, and it helps to develop a kind of approach that makes the learner perfect to learn about the other subjects also, not only a kind of one subject as a isolated or segregated subject, but it also provide opportunity to know more about the other subjects interlinking with each other. Natural sciences, an objective of the study of any natural sciences part of a core curriculum is to facilitate the student's ability to comprehend, build and assess relationships in the natural sciences, and to enable the students to understand the basis on which theories are built and tested. So, the another subject, natural sciences. Earlier we studied the mathematics. This is the next subject, natural sciences, it's a part of core curriculum, because this natural sciences can also be studied in an interdisciplinary approach, and it can be connected with the other sciences like the social sciences, like the languages, and we can appreciate, and the learner can appreciate the beauty of natural sciences that how it is this subject has potential to bring all the subjects all together. So, the objective of this core curriculum is to facilitate the students' ability to understand, build and assess relationships in the natural sciences, and to enable the students to understand the basis on which theories are built and tested. The theories that we have built for this to appreciate the natural sciences or to understand the phenomena that is going outside the world, when these all philosophies, these kind of theories, rather say theories, are built and tested. So, this natural sciences is also a part of core curriculum that gives a kind of guidelines to understand the potential of that particular subject by joining with other subject, and relationships in the natural sciences, that is how one subject is connected with the natural sciences, how we can study natural sciences by knowing its specific feature and generalizing these specific features of the natural sciences to the other subject also. So, how far the one subject is benefited to the others, and how can we get the kind of benefit or kind of help from other subjects, this is the approach of core curriculum. So, the core curriculum makes a kind of interdisciplinary approach for the learners, not to passing through as a segregated or a separate subject, but joining hands will altogether move forward. Exemplary educational objectives: understand and apply method and appropriate technology in the study of natural sciences, to identify scientific and quantitative methods and their differences from other types of inquiry, and communicate results, analysis and interpretation orally and in writing also. To identify and distinguish among competing scientific theories, demonstrate an awareness of significant issues and problems associated with modern science, including those related to ethics, values and public policy. So, awareness issues that having a significant place in the learner's life, and problems associated with modern science, including those related to ethics, values, public policies, these also can be demonstrated in core curriculum. To demonstrate an understanding of the interdependence of science and technology and their impact on, and joining the subject altogether and its impact on individual's life and contribution to modern culture. So, what is the impact of these all on the student's life or an individual's life, and how can it contribute to the modern culture, how it is likely to be help to enrich the modern culture. So, this is also the function or a kind of basic feature of core curriculum that we can provide passing through the natural sciences and others, mathematics, that we already told right now. So, these all subjects that we include in core curriculum is essential for the individual's life. And see next, humanities and visual and performing arts. What are the core objectives of this core component of core curriculum? The core humanities and the visual and performing arts in curriculum can be said to fulfill the function of expanding students' knowledge of the human condition and human cultures especially in relation to behaviors, ideas, values expressed through works of human imagination and thought. So, keeping humanities and visual and performing arts, the objective of core curriculum is that this core curriculum helps to fill the function of expanding students' knowledge of the human condition and human culture, specifically in terms of outcome, that is in terms of behavioral outcomes or in terms of change in behavior, ideas and values that express through works of human imagination and thought. So, by way of study in literature, philosophy and the visual and performing arts, students will critically examine, judge aesthetically and develop an appreciation for arts and humanities as fundamental to the life and survival of society, for the survival of any society. So, students should have experience in both arts and humanities. So, you know that all the subjects having its own importance, and when we are teaching these subjects in a proper way and in a scientific way that it demands, or just to give justice to each and every subject, really all subjects have certain specific kind of contribution in the life of the learner and give a change in the behavior of the learner, and definitely it provides a positive contribution to the society also. As the mathematics skills provide a kind of solving, problem solving skills, similarly the natural sciences gives a certain kind of appreciation and certain kind of relationship with other subject, and similarly the humanities and visual and performing arts, that these subjects also provide a kind of pathway that how to know about the human culture, how to modify it, how to integrate it with other factors, and judge aesthetically and develop an appreciation for arts and humanities as fundamental to the life and survival of any society. So, a student should have experience in both arts and humanities in that way. Exemplary educational objectives: to be able to demonstrate awareness of the range and diversity of text in the arts and humanities, to comprehend those works as the expressions of individual and human values in a historical and social environment, to critically respond to works within the arts and humanities, involves the creative process or the interpretive performance and understanding the physical and intellectual demands required of the author or the visual or performing artist. To utter an informed personal response to works in the arts and humanities, to gain appreciation of aesthetic principles that guide or govern the humanities and arts, to demonstrate an understanding of how literature, philosophy and or the arts have shaped experiences involving other cultures. Social and behavioral sciences: what the role social and behavioral sciences play in core curriculum, so that we will study about it. A social and behavioral science component of a core curriculum aims at increasing students' knowledge of how social and behavioral scientists discover, describe and explain the behaviors and interactions among individuals, groups, institutions, events and ideas. Such knowledge will better equip students to understand themselves and the roles they play in addressing issues facing humanities. So, social and behavioral sciences are also responsible to know about the society, about the sciences that are directly related to society, and they provide a certain kind of relationship with the society and having certain kind of skills that needed to adjust in the society. So, this social and behavioral science is also a part of core curriculum that provides such kind of knowledge that better equip students to understand themselves and the roles they play in addressing issues facing humanity. How can we treat all individuals in such a way that we have humanity and we have love for each other and we have a kind of togetherness with each other. So, such kind of values, such kind of questions that is essential for the humanity are asked or addressed in such kind of social and behavioral sciences that also has a place in core curriculum. Outstanding educational objectives properly apply methods, technologies and data that social and behavioral scientists employ to study the human condition. Properly apply methods, technologies and data that social and behavioral scientists employ to study the human condition. To investigate social institutions and processes at all times through historical periods, social structures and cultures. Apply and assess alternative system of explanation or theories. To propose and share alternative interpretations or solutions for today's issues in the society. What kind of issues are there and what kind of solution is needed for that. So, alternative interpretations also given space and there is also a kind of justification to each and every issues related to society. To inquire into the historical, social, political, economic, cultural and international forces in the area of study. To classify and assess historical sources, both documentary and statistical and diverse viewpoints. So, these are also sources through passing through which you are collecting these all documents, primary sources or the secondary sources. The learner try to solve the problems or to understand what is the causes of that particular social phenomena. Identify and use appropriate criteria for evaluating the acceptability of sources of history and social research. Evaluate critically and provide imaginative solutions to public policy problems. Next one is to recognize and exercise his responsibilities as a citizen of a democracy and to learn to think for himself, to participate in discussion regarding public affairs and to seek information through the newspapers, news media and other appropriate sources regarding politics and public policy. To learn how diverse cultures are different and similar to one another, how they differ and what kind of similarity they have. So, the dissimilar component and similar components both are being identified by the learner just to know the specific features of different cultures. Institutionally designated option. An institution may include in its core courses those that address outstanding educational objectives not represented in the categories set out above. Such courses may include computer literacy, kinesiology, health, wellness, interdisciplinary or linked courses among others that focus on a specific institutional role and mission. So, this is about the core curriculum and the educational objectives related to core subjects, mathematics, natural sciences, humanities and arts, performing arts etc. So, I do hope you have understand what is special kind of features the core curriculum or the core subjects have, and why do we consider that these core subjects are essential to study at till class 10th, because this is the foundational stage. Whatever the basic principles at the ground level that every learner should know about each and every subject in order to solve the life's problem and in order to make the life more richer and more fuller with the all kind of happiness. So, this core curriculum provides a kind of special learning experiences to our students to develop holistic personality as well as to develop a kind of knowledge that is helpful to develop or to make a progress to the society and ultimately to the nation. So, I do hope that you could be able to understand regarding these specific features of this core curriculum and the special kind of contribution of the core subjects that have been placed in core curriculum. So, I do hope that you have learned these all in a good way, and all the best to all of you. Be happy and be healthy. Thank you very much. Thank you.